EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the New York Giants. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Murray now on first down. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
First carry for James Conner. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Murray escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
This taken in at the goal line. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Walton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hard.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Barkley, toss play left. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Jalen Thompson on the tackle. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Giants.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Giants nothing.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result.
He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Arizona.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Murray. He finds his man complete. It's McBride. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
The 26-yard line.
To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to his running back counter. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Caught on the slant. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
1st down, New York.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one personality. That's the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half, I mean, that just didn't happen.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
To throw again on second down, Murray. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. Flushed out right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray taking it in from the 20. And the Cardinals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Kelsey, a nice catch. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
First. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Murray now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
To throw is Murray. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Cards continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback,
but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Shifts by him. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs. We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Christian Wilkins. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now Murray off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Charles, you said earlier to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Flush to his right. Oh, he
just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Back to throw it, Murray. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody didn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this. No, okay.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.